make sure that when we get started that we don't have no extra.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
There we go.
Yeah, we just leave him right here. He's over there, somebody over there.
You unmuted?
Alright, so we just roll. Look, we just gonna roll.
Just can't hear
if
them.
it pick up, it pick up. If it don't, it don't. It's live. It's supposed to be live. Ain't nothing we can do about it.
Not pick up.
It says it's only been on 12 minutes, so we'll see when we get home how it works. You know what I'm saying? It's not for right now. The still, I think it's running so slow.
It's unmuted now.
There it goes. So, yeah, we just gonna pick up and roll. It is what it is.
We're good.
All right, y'all go ahead and stay. Yeah, hey, come up here. We gonna first start up. Gonna first start.
There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, right now America's not gonna be called tender and delicate no more. Why? Because everybody around the world is telling them, hey, they ain't shit. You know, China, Russia, hey, everybody's pulling the dollar, man. So they're no longer gonna be tender and delicate, man.
Take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks.
That's what. Remember who?
The children of oh Lord, remember the children of Edom and the day of Jerusalem.
Who is Edom, the so-called white man? His children. He said, remember, hey, they was happy when we was on the ground, man. They was, and now that time is coming. That time is switching. That the kings of us Israelites, the men who coming in here crying every week, crying and sighing every week. You know? That's right. He said, raise it when it was our time. Now we doing the same thing. When we see war, we see pestilence. We see when Egypt versus Egypt, meaning Edomites out here fussing against each other. We say the same thing. Raise it on them, man. Go ahead, brother.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall ye be that reward thee as thou hast served us.
Yeah, so we be happy when Esau go down, man.
That's right.
We're gonna be happy. Right now, every brother gets excited when he see Esau in his calamities. We'll walk down the street, we'll see Edomites being homeless, man. That lets you know that their kingdom is falling. That's right. Continue.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth the little ones against the stone.
God, so that's what they did to us. So that's what we're gonna return upon them. Hey, we always go back into stories. Hey, they dashed our children and fed them to alligators, split the woman in half, and then take it out and feed it and use it as gator bait, man. So those things gonna happen to Esau, man.
So Obadiah chapter 1, verse 15. For the day.
But you see, hey, Esau is squirming, like I said. Why? Because well, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that Psalm 64 and 8 to tell you.
This is Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
God. So they're gonna make their tongue fall upon themselves, and that's what you see. That's what you see. That Esau's tongue is falling upon himself through social media. You know what I'm saying? Through TV. Us brothers seeing them making a lot of mistakes. Biden on there stuttering. He'll say one thing, then he'll come back and say he said another thing, but you on film. You know, hey, that's the worst thing you should ever did, is put yourself in front of everybody and expect everybody to believe you, man. This is This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 4. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit down silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. And but the Lord also said, get thee in darkness, man. Because the Most High is going to send Esau, Edom, and utter darkness. See, that's what the Lord's coming to do. He's coming to put Esau, the rightly in his place. Okay, as it to be what? Base. To be as what Job said, calling to be a base. He's as nothing, to sit in darkness, without no light. Because according to Job 18, the Most High will put the wicked, right, will close the candles of the wicked and will shut them off. Because the Lord's getting ready to shut Esau out. Going on, we're seeing all these legislation being passed. Esau's pushing this, like with the Maxine, all these different things to push for his agenda. But the scriptures say that in full of his sufficiency, the Most High will cast him down. See, that's what Esau is getting ready to do. But the Lord's getting ready to stop his plan, man. This is verse 6. Right, the water, man.
Yeah. I was wrong with my people. I have polluted mine and inheritance and given them into thy hand.
God, so like, the Most High had given us to Esau. But you know, it's gonna continue, brother.
Thou didst shew them no mercy.
They didn't show us no mercy, man.
What? Say what?
Read that again.
Psalms up 49. Psalms 49 and 11.
There you go.
All of the names they call after their names, man. Name Nashville, you can probably look that up. You probably can look up most of these cities.
America Vespucci.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
America.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
And Africa, Africanus.
Africanus.
Yeah,
Scipio Africanus, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at it, when you go down any of these main streets in major city, you have a George Washington. You know what I'm saying? You have an Abraham Lincoln. You have all of these roads are named after these damn devils, man.
This is Job chapter 20, verses 19. Because ye have oppressed and have forsaken the poor. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, see, the righteous scarcely be saved. Because we're gonna barely make it out of here. We're gonna barely make it. And that's the thing about it. And this is why this is making backflips through Jacob's trouble. We're gonna see hella trials, man. We already go through trials now. You already catch as it is now for Muslims for that time. And this is why we need to be girded in Yahweh Shai fully. Because if you're not girded, that foundation will be shaken through the easiest things. You see that everybody around you getting mapped up, taking that chip. That's temptation. See, those are things of the flesh, but that's why the Shai said that the flesh is popular.
He's in place to trap Daniel and put him in that snare. See, so that's the same thing they're trying to do now. Because they know the prophecy, they know we're not going to take it. So they're trying to put us in that same predicament.
Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High. Hey, that's it, brother, doing unto a fifth grade. Let us keep our saying unto the Most High, because us brothers in this truth that came into the Lord, right, that recognize who we are, repenting, Bro, we made an oath to the Most High to be faithful.
Yeah.
Right.
See, we made an oath to be faithful to the Lord. Just how you get a woman, you get with her, you expect her to be faithful to you. That's why then when you get married, on this side, they call it good times and health, death do us part. Right? But death don't do us part with the Heavenly Father.
We will preach and teach of this day coming. So he's gonna be going through all these different pains, all these different things, but at the end, his sufficiency, when Yahweh Shai is coming, is when he's full. And that's when the Lord is gonna come and snatch it out of his fucking the pastors wants to put you deeper into slavery. Wants to deeper root you into the what they had the slave Bible, you know, to make you even that much more to serve your masters. Right? That's why they read the scriptures in 1 Peter and Timothy, serve your master. Do well unto your master, and the Lord shall do well unto you. So that shit, you know what I mean? That made Jake that much more of a slave. And they took and gave certain men Christianity, gave them Protestants, Baptists, and all them different things to turn them out. And now what they do to the people, look at the world.
He's a profane person. And all the nations are mad because of what? They have drunk of that wine, man.
Hey, what's that wine, huh?
Yeah.
The philosophy,
Man.
right? Hey, it's the Western, what is this called? The Western society or the Western way?
Yep.
The Western society.
Esau, the 2/3 even drunk of the wine, man. But the Lord called the elect to come out of her.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
But not be partakers of her sins. What sins? This wickedness, man. Week in, week out, we out here, we see folly. What folly? People riding down the street half naked. But see, that comes from a wicked ass nigga like Esau, man. He like what we always say, he the true nigga.
Right on.
You know, he the one that have you doing some stupid shit. When you was young, you was doing everything this base man was doing. The basis of man is ruling this world, and we looking up to him like he's great.
Hey, Slocky, hey, what was that nigga called? What was the two niggas called? Amos and Andy.
Amos and Andy.
Hey, what they taught you how to be a nigga.
Yep.
That's how Jake learned. Hey, cause Jake said, he was like, look, we never learned we didn't talk like that. Even coming out of slavery, Jake didn't talk, yeah, nigga, you got what you need, nigga. You know, that was Esau looked at us and said, you look like a big lip, watermelon eating, slow talking, you know, knuckle dragging ass niggas. So he said, that was the depiction that it was two Edomites that made up what a nigga was. Jake wasn't even talking like that at that time. You know, they was talking real proper, you know? But they came out, when you go back, you'll see Amos and Andy, they had the first skit before TV was out. It was a radio podcast, man.
And that was the beginning of Esau's witchcraft.
That's right.
You know,
that TV.
To television.
That's right.
Because it make you believe in a lie through what I'm telling you. Through a
Prince
TV
of the power of the air, man.
Yeah, Prince of the power of the air. Because when he has rule over that. That's his domain. But the Most High gave him that power to be able to do that, to put our people in that mind frame, in that mindset of being niggas. Yeah. See, not knowing that we're princely, we're the image of the Most High. The Most High, that's what the Lord said in Genesis, that the Lord created the man in his image. And also when the Son, the Most High said that he created the man to be immortal of his own eternity. So we are made to be immortal, and we are made after the Most High's eternity, man. What is eternity? Forever. So we're supposed to forever live and to be forever be gods. But now in America, we're called niggas, spicks, wetbacks, tontos, all types of proverbs and bywords. Because we fell from our graces from the Most High. And that goes right back to what Genesis chapter 6, talks about the angels came down and seen the daughters of men thought they were fair, and they fallen. Those talking about us, the Israelites. Because we once were the renowned people of the Most High, but we fell from those graces.
And the Lord said, my spirit shall not strive with man.
Exactly. Because why? Because the flesh is carnal.
Right.
Even those men, even though they were righteous and they were high level, they still fell unto what? Unto wickedness, unto sin. And that's why we're in that. We had Enoch. And you had Enoch, Seth. Okay? Because the Lord said that the Lord showed his name through Seth. And through Seth became that righteous line. You know? So it's always been a generation of righteous men. It's always been the Most High always had men out there standing up for him, man. You don't think the Most High had us all prophesying back in the time of Genesis, right? But in the time of Enoch, the Lord said that he walked with Enoch. Means that Enoch walked in the Lord's commandments and his statutes and his judgments. The Most High also dealt with Seth. So, but what happened? We let sin corrupt us, and now we're here not a day. Now we have no identity. We have no power. We have nothing but what we just know as being black. You know?
All right, verse 4. No, let's lock it. Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquity.
Yeah, so Yahweh remember her iniquities, man. Why? Because, hey, Yahweh the one that planted this thing, man. He the one told them that that's what they was gonna do. That's why Esau don't like what we do. Because we tell him every step that what he's gonna do. Just gotta plug it in.
Reward, verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you.
So we was, hey man, the Most High is gonna reward her what she did to us.
Right.
Slavery, man. To this day, we still in slavery. So the Most High is gonna reward her.
And double unto her, double according to her works.
Double, man. So we was getting our hands cut off. Just for no reason, man. What do you think is gonna happen? Double. That's gonna be both of your hands, man.
All right, I got over that. This 2 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
That's right.
To you whom are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahushua Mashiach shall be revealed from heaven with the mighty angels. And the feeling of the fire, taking vengeance on them that knew not the Most High and obeyed not the gospel.
That's right, man. Hey, what did he say? Taking vengeance on them that knew not the Most High and the gospel, man. Hey, this world don't know the Most High and the gospel, man. This world don't even know the Lord's real name. They call him Jesus Christ. They call him in Christos. They call him Buddha. They call all kind of bullshit, man. They don't even know who he is, man. So hell yeah, so he coming back to recompense, man. All that shit that this world has done, man. All the way down from Esau, all the way down to fucking Elam, all the heathen nations, man.
In the flaming fire, taking vengeance on them.
In the flaming fire, taking vengeance upon them. In the flaming fire, taking vengeance on them. And that's heavy, man. The Lord gonna burn this shit up, man. Hey, what's that movie? Y'all seen that movie? Everybody know it. Sarah Connor's at the gate.
Terminator.
Right? Everybody know it, right?
Yeah.
It's a movie we all know. We all hear brothers always
Right
talking
on.
about it. Hey, brother, that's gonna be that consuming fire, man. What's that? Go back to Zephaniah, that 14. That consuming fire, man. It's gonna come through burning, man.
Yeah.
You know? That's the way the Lord is gonna take. That's right. Ain't you see nothing left but skeleton. That's the way the Lord gonna come back and take fit. That's the way the Lord, when you go to Joel, what's that, Joel third chapter? I should plead with them. He come down to plead. That pleading is not only gonna be missiles, but that fire, the fuel of fire, gonna plead with their asses, man. He not coming to sit and plead and, oh, will you please let my people go? It ain't gonna be like when Moses did it. We ain't going back to the time when the Lord had Moses come and beg, oh, please let my people go, and then I'll do this little thing to you, and then I'll let you go and come back. You get it? You don't get it? Okay, I'll do more little things to you. You got leprosy, you got plagues, you got the frogs, you got the blood in the river. I'm gonna do all these different plagues. No, man, Lord saying your plague is gonna be this fucking fire, man. Lord is gonna spread nuclear fire upon Babylon, man.
Right.
No.
Yeah, this is back in 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
That's right.
And to you
Somebody grab over
who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahushua be revealed from heavens. And that's what our Lord said, rest with us. You know, if we're resting with the Lord, Scripture say also in Zephaniah, wait upon the Most High, so he come up to the prey.
That's right, you know, that's right. That's right, hey man. Shit, yeah, that's
Shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. In the feeling of fire, taking vengeance on them that knew not the Most High,
That's right.
and that obeyed not the gospel of the Lord Yahushua, who shall be punished with the everlasting destruction. from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. When he shall come to be glorified in his saints and to be adored in all them that believe, because of our testimony among you was believed in that day. And that's the thing about it. Because when Yahushua returns, and the Lord's going to be glorified, we're testifying of that, man. We're testifying of what is soon to come in that day, and that we believe, so that we can receive the mercy from the right hand of the Heavenly Father, so that we can be received by Yahweh Yahushua. Because the rest of the world is going to be punished for the unrighteousness, for the wickedness, right? For the things that are evilly done in the sight of Yahweh Yahushua. But for those that repented and heard the message, they're going to be glorified. They're going to be beautified, man. Because why? We made the Most High our inhabitants. We trust in the Most High. We say, hey, look, Lord, we're going to follow after you, you know? Because we don't want to go with the rest of the world. We don't want to be destroyed with the rest of the world. We don't want to share the same fate as the people that we know, our families, right? People that are close to us. We don't want to, we look at them now like, bro, you're fucking wild, man. You're crazy as hell. You don't know what's about to happen. You don't know that the Most High is about to get ready to utterly destroy this place, man. But it's somewhere, it scared us, bro. That's why we repent. That's why we're here today. We're not here for no reason. We ain't wake up one day and be like, hey, we finna come and cause us Israelites. We finna be on the highways and edges. We do this out of fear because we fear the Lord, man. And that the only is in us to do righteousness, man. The bottom parts, the ruins, the parts that will destroy, I will raise it back up, right back to what Micah said. And that's Yahushua, which will sit upon that throne of David, which we represent.
And of all the heathen which are called by my name, said Yahweh that doeth this. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper.
Yeah, the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Go ahead.
And the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed.
Yo.
And the mountains shall drop sweet wine.
Wait.
This is Amos 9, verse 14. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel.
Yes, the Most High said, I'll bring again the captivity of my people. Go ahead.
And they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them.
Yo.
And they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof.
Yeah, we shall build the vineyards and drink thereof. See, the Most High going to reestablish us. Because we failed, man. I mean, bro, we're on the fucking bottom right now. As a whole nation, we ain't shit. We're nobodies. We're literally nobodies. Without Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And that's what our people do not realize. That we're fucking, no matter how much money you got, no matter how good you can rap, you can sing, you can do a backflip, you're not shit without Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's why we can't get nowhere. We're stuck. We can't move nowhere without our power. How far people say, look, we're not going to the Most High no more. We're going to go our way. But there was a few say, hold on, no, that's not right. That's why we're here, man. We're the prophets. We're the prophets of the Lord coming back. We like, nah, bro, this ain't right. You know, we got to fall after the Lord. We calling the niggas, they're not going to hear. They're not going to up here to the judgments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It's not meant for them. But it's meant for us, bro. This is what we do for the elect. Because we know once they're sealed, we go home. We get the kingdom. We get all the benefits of what we are hoping for, which is salvation. That's why we hope. Hope goes back to what's the word salvation. That's what the hope word. Hope means salvation. We're hoping to see a better day, a new life, where a world where we can be at peace. Not have to worry about bills. Not have to worry about all these different things we have to go through. This shit is bullshit.
But that's the time we in now. Because he's going to take away what? Your homes, your food, if you don't take the jab, man.
Yeah.
You know? He's going to take those things away. Why? So you'll be weary. You'll be wearied in this time. And the 2/3 the one going to be doing it. They the one going to be, hey, you know how Jake is all the time. Man, you know, I got to feed my kids.
They lacking in faith. Yeah.
You know, hey man, I ain't gonna use my car on my house. But hey, that ain't what you're supposed to be here for. Like what you Jacob's trouble. But these women, hey, you see them now, they trying to come down. Some of them gonna hear it, like we always say. Some of them gonna hear it. Some of them gonna see it. Why? Because they're starting to see these things manifest, man. We always say we talk things into fruition, in existence. So when they see these things come into existence, what happened? Now some of them gonna, what you say, what some of y'all prophets say, some of them gonna be able to hear those words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. If not, they're gonna get put to death. Just like they doing in Atlanta, man. Like they doing in all these cities.
I was just going where he was saying, I had one on the part that you had.
Yeah, go ahead.
But the one he was saying, it say all wickedness. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 19. All wickedness is but little wickedness to the wickedness of a woman.
Yep.
Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
That's it. And let the portion of the sinner fall upon her. It's all the wickedness is little ones to the wickedness of the woman. And go right back to
Micah 7:10. That she that is my enemy shall see, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
And then she shall be trodden out as the miles of the street. So she's going to receive that proportion of a sinner portion. Of a sin of her going off. See? Because why? The scripture says, you see her living in pleasures there while she living. And going right back to Esau, America. Because why? America lives in pleasure. She calls herself a lady. You know? So she that lived in pleasure is dead. Why she live? America's dead. These women out here are dead. Because they follow after philosophies of who Esau, the so-called white man. Who believes in that feminism power, which is the last commandment of men, which also had a downfall and our downfall. As Israelite men, we have been demasculated here in America, man.
That's right, huh?
That's right.
We have, and that's another reason why we follow through the women, because we have been demasculated. You know, it's bad for us to be out here speaking against, you know, women or speaking.
Or you just a man, period. You're going to look at the things that's fully and folly. Then you're going to see the madness. That's why you got to have an eye.
Time when they saw they didn't like it, they was like, oh, we got to get the fuck out of here. But Jake wasn't that oppressed. Jake, and then you go back and tell it, they'll tell you from Chicago, Detroit, Philly, all these different places, man, they was fucking Esau up. They was having, you know, when you go back to the, I don't know if you ever seen this on the Outsiders, the Greasers, and the Socials. You know what I'm saying? It's that same type of deal. You was from one side of the track, and Esau was on the other side. Tulsa, Oklahoma, it's the same fucking thing. Esau was on one side of the track, Jake was on the other. They would clash with each other, man. But Jake was doing real good. Jake was living on a heavy, you know, Jake wasn't as oppressed. And when they seen that shit, like you said, that's that heavy oppression, man. And you see that shit now, man. That shit coming now, and that shit's heavy, man. Black Wall, yeah, Tulsa, that's heavy. That's all we were saying, you know. Hey, but that's Deuteronomy 28:54 in effect. Right. You know what I mean? Through Esau just taking all his business away from where Jake is at, man. And who else you got to fight? Because they was something like we'd be in a neighborhood, we go across track and fight, you know, we fighting the white man, you know how they call them white boys and shit. Right. And we go, they said all of a sudden they kept having, it was less and less of them coming to the fight. And the fight, and it used to just be a fight. Because might have a bat or sometimes a knife, some people, you know what I mean, boom, boom, boom. But it'd be so many less of them coming to the fight. And they said to one day they went over to go fight. Wasn't nobody there to fight no more, bro. They was looking at each other like, who the fuck who we gonna beat up now?
My papa told me that.
You know?
He used to throw rocks at them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they would hit him with rocks, so when you see him out, he would have a bruise. Because they were kind of like in the KKK.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, that's dude.
Yeah, you knew, right? Yeah. They knew who they was fighting.
Yeah,
they
knew who the enemy was at that time.
Right, they knew.
But then Esau, he a clever serpent. You know what I'm saying? So,
he got the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's that white flight. He took his people, ran the fuck on, and then Jake looking like, now who we gonna fight now? Oh shit, I might as well fight you. You know, you live over there now, nigga. We gonna bang it out.
But you see, in Chicago too,
I'm saying he came back and said, he said there'll be more like me coming.
That's right. What the fuck? You doing?
And who's that?
Right.
You know,
That's your house.
that an spirit on us completely. Masculinity to the highest level. Ty tested him on 10,000. He saw you're not.
Yeah, what's going on? Boom, boom, boom. I was like, nah, it's everything good. Everything good. Ain't no problem. Like, nah, we ain't talking to her. She's like, nah. She's like, everything's okay. She's like, all right, it's all right. He's like, nah, we done heard about it. You know, look, y'all look all this shovel. He got one shoe on, one shoe off. I said, cause I'm about to leave. He was like, nah. And this female, right? It was like 3 of them. Female kept walking towards me, man. I kept seeing her. I seen her out the corner of my eye. She walking around me. She standing behind me and shit. I'm like, man, all right, here we go, right? So I know it's about to go down. Now this is about like early 2000s, right? Well, no. So it's like this is about 2005, somewhere in there. She came up behind me and shit. So I was like, man. So I kind of got my feet adjusted. So he said something to me, and he was like, sit down. And I was like, nah, I don't want to sit down, man. I'm good. I'm in my house. I ain't gotta sit down. And he was like, I said sit down. And as soon as he said that, she grabbed my shit, right? She grabbed me and she tried to pull me. The bitch couldn't move me. So I looked at her.
You hop before, the vibration of your body, you know what I mean? The vibration of your body just feel like, man, I'm gonna knock you out. Calm yourself, right? Because that spirit be so roused up, man.
Like, nigga, you only got me here because I let you.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you really like, you know, you put all your stuff like, yeah, I'm like, hold on. No, but go ahead.
Isaiah 59, this is Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
That's it.
Right, lift up that standard. Because that's going right back to that power.
You can see it, bro.
See, because we're not going to be able to be touched.
That's right.
We're going to be immediate extreme strength that you've never seen before, man. And this is why Esau is afraid. Because we're going to really fuck you up, man. See, Esau going to come in with their guns, you know what I'm saying? Grabbing brothers. All of a sudden, you get that strength and you just, boom, you know, break free this shit, man, and go to work. Because the Most High gonna raise us up. And that's why everybody is afraid of Jake. Especially when Jake get off. Especially when Jake works out. Jake be strong, man. And that's why Esau they be struggling carrying Jake. So when the Lord gives us that power, what you gonna do, man? Go ahead.
This is the enemy shall come in like a flood, right? But why is the Lord gonna give us that power, man? Because He loves us, right? I just want to show y'all this. This is Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 7. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the flood drown it. So that's what, when they come in like a flood, the Heavenly Father gonna bestow that love upon you. You know what I'm saying? But that's that spiritual power, and they're not gonna be able to prevail.
That's it,
That's
man.
right.
I could beautiful. You said that too. It made me to think like when they was riding past with that music on. I'm like, damn, that remind me of some of the movies when they be having their parties going on, then out of nowhere chariots be coming around.
That's right.
This is Joshua 23, verse 10. One man of you shall chase 1,000. Who? And then we forgot about Joshua.
Yeah.
What was Joshua about?
Joshua Caleb.
Hey, Joshua was about that was hot. Because see, Joshua was about getting Israel their inheritance. So we was going over all these nations, destroying their ass. We was putting their ass to death. See, and that spirit is going to be raised back up in these last days, man. We're going to get immense strength, immense power from on high. That nobody going to be able to touch us, man. Extreme power. Power from Yahweh Shah. Nobody's going to be able to touch us, man.
That's right.
Esau going to try to come grab us. We're going to rip that nigga's head off, man. Easily. You know? We're going to be shooting laser beams. We're gonna be able to move houses, mountains, man, cars, you know, having immense strength out of the middle of nowhere, and these niggas gonna be looking stuck. That's why they want us dead, man. That's why Esau wants to take the vaccination in a microchip.
He'll take you out of that God.
Exactly.
Yeah, take away that.
We got that spirit. You know, when we want something from the Most High, man, we get very humble real quick because that spirit. If we didn't have a spirit, man, the Lord didn't give us a spirit, hey, man, we'll be walking dead. Yeah. Because you can see the people in this world, they're walking dead. Even the 2/3 are walking dead. But they have the spirit, but what is it? Not of knowledge, but zeal.
Zeal.
They have a zeal, but not of knowledge. Yeah, water, brother. Yeah, they have that zeal,
but not of me. That's right.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? That's how Jake be. But Esau just dead. That's why probably 50% of the people who took the jab brought with Edomites, man.
Yeah.
Jake ain't having that shit. On time Jake start giving in when you start getting to his pockets. And that's what Esau knows. That's why he's doing what he's doing now. Is that because he knows once he start taking things away from Jake, because Jake ain't never had nothing. Jake ain't never had nothing. So when Jake don't have nothing, what happens? Hey, he start giving in for the ones who ain't part of this elect, part of this remnant. You got to be part of this remnant. Goes back again to eyes to see, ears to hear.
Go back on that. They got that nanobot technique.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. Somebody get Jeremiah 51. This is what you was going. 51:20.
We gotta have, man, to be able to chase 10,000 people in this body, bro. And you gotta understand the strength you gotta have then.
And it says cast off the weak nature. Back to what y'all was saying, you gotta cast off mortal thoughts. Think about it when the spiritual power come upon you. Remember Hancock, he stood in front of the train. Come on, man. Like now, come on. We got the mentality to move, but in that day you just don't. Stop it with your hand, man.
And that's the whole thing of having. That's the whole thing of having faith, man. Because you got to believe everything.
Well, think about it now. What's the modern day era? They're more destructive. They're gonna be more destructive to their enemy than a nuclear bomb. I mean, but you got to be able to receive that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Yeah, he is right. Right? What did we do? And you look at it, they took a copy out of a book. They made Shechem. They made them do the circumcision. Right? You raped her, you took her, so you want to marry. Well, they called her daughter because through the lineage, she's like their daughter or sister. He said, look, you gotta circumcise yourself. All your men, you gotta all be circumcised. When they all got circumcised, and they came and killed their fucking ass, man. They came in and put the rank on them, man. You know what I'm saying? But what did they use? They used subtlety, right? They was as a search, man. Hell yeah, they came in, they came through, they fucked them all up for raping all the nations, man. It's bullshit.
Before you start going back, but that's when you know you're under the curses, and that lets you know that the heathens hate you. Because if you the same,
and they hate all the dark races. It was another artist too. Yeah, but the Renaissance. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
All the teenage
Mutant Ninja Turtles. Hey, that's true. That's it. All the Teenage Mutant Ninja.
Calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
That's give his neck.
Give his back. That's it, man.
But nothing too. We never owed Esau anything.
Right.
So Esau came and robbed us and spoiled us for nothing. Just because he could. Because he seen that we were afflicted and we didn't have our power.
That's right. He took advantage of the situation.
I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
And that's right. So no matter where this devil go, the blood is on his hand, and it's gonna also coming out of all ways, from every angle, man. When he get pulled up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, blood gonna pursue him, man. He gonna have to fight his own people. Britain gonna come down and fight him. Blood gonna pursue this devil for everything he's done. He's not gonna get past it because his people gonna spill their blood all over the earth, just as they spilled the people of our nation's bloods on this earth.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate.
That's right.
And cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth.
That's right.
And I will fill his mountains with his slain men.
Hey, his mountain, his government, his people, man. His power, his government. They're going to be filled with slain men. That go back to Psalms 91st chapter, where 1,000 by my side. Towards all the world, especially Israelites, Yasharallah, he going to take that same measure and put it back on Esau, man.
Hey, you're going to have Edomite hood to the kingdom.
That's right. That's right.
We're gonna make Esau a nigga.
Yeah, no, hey, what's that movie? It's a movie. Trading Places is a good one too.
Trading Places.
That's heavy. But it's another White Man's Burden.
There you go.
White Man's Burden, where motherfucking Esau become Jake become Esau.
Oh,
yeah, man.
They got joined there on the Netflix.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be on Netflix,
but they won't show it.
They won't show it.
They won't show it. That's it.
Like, we not, Jake think that we free, but Esau understand you know what I'm saying, that money situation. That's what keeps us in captivity.
That's right.
Whether you understand it or not.
That's right.
But this is First Maccabees. I ain't gonna read the whole thing. I just want to jump to this point. But basically, we was about to overthrow them with another nation. So they came to us trying to, and they was like, hey, look, we're gonna make a deal with you.
Made a deal.
And I'm gonna go to here, First Maccabees 10-29, and he says, and now do I free you, and this is how we're gonna be free. And for your sake, I will release all the Jews from tributes, and from all customs of salt, and from crown taxes. So as long as we paying taxes, and Esau got us in that situation where we gotta go to him and we struggling for the money, that just show you we still in slavery. And they understood that. They said once you stop paying that, that's when you're free.
And that go back to that being a tribute unto Caesar, right? So when they was tributes unto Caesar, that's what was that? Which one of those was? Caesar had let the Jews go, and he was giving them tribute. But his Antiochus Epiphanes, they came in and put it harder on Jake. But what they did, they made a deal. They made a deal with Jake, and to help him fight. And when they turned around, they won the fight. They turned around and started killing Jake off, like Esau do now today. Shit, they did that to Gad. It was Gadites that was helping them fight other Gadites and Seminole Indians, man. They literally had them fighting in their own war. Shit, what did the French do? What did Britain do with the Negroes when they came here and they was trying to win over certain areas in Americas, man? They took Negroes, and they put them in their army. They said, hey, you come over here to Britain. They was letting niggas come back home to where they was from. Like, we'll let y'all come back home. You come fight for us against the America, so we can against what's the nigga's name? The founding forefathers. What's that nigga? George Washington. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of our people that went back home out of slavery, went back to their own land because they was helping them fight against the Edomites on this side. So they used that shit, and then when they got back over there, they treat them like shit. They treat them like baseless fucking people. You know, so no matter what, man, the curses is upon you. Deuteronomy 28, brother brought it out earlier. The curses is upon you no matter where you go, what you do, no matter what you've done for this devil, he can't help but deceive you. He can't help but to turn around and bite you right back in your ass, man. Look how many movie stars, Michael Jackson, what's the young guy got killed with the airplane? Basketball player? Kobe Bryant. No matter what you do for these fools, man. No, it don't matter how much. Look at the hell they did Floyd Mayweather. They put that man in prison for a minute. They locked him up in jail. Turn around, give him all these millions, but turn around, lock you up and throw you in prison, man. What kind of shit is that? Who want to be with somebody like that, man?
That's I always say when you talk about the jab, who wants to be in control by Esau? If he do you like that without controlling you, imagine what he do when he control you.
Right.
And this, hey, let the Most High control me through the Holy Spirit to take me out. Yeah. Because the thing is, imagine if Esau had you in a remote control. What he would do? What kind of
he got this
what kind of profane things would he be speaking?
Look at these niggas. Look at these niggas.
Yeah.
Hey, you think about he really got them like that.
Yeah, got them as a remote control.
Man, what they do for money, for lust. Hey man, they was talking about, hey, y'all remember that dude, Mike Jones? Mike Jones, say my name, Mike Jones. Man, right quick, he was talking about, he was like, yeah, he said, man, he off. You see him breaking down and stuff like that? Well, he was talking about the skybox people. That one? Okay, well, he was saying, well, now what they done, he saw some slick and music. The skybox people now, the people who they call so-called higher up, now that's Jay-Z, that's Beyonce and them, that's Baby and them, that's all them Jakes that run the record companies, right? So what they do, they got a 1090. Mike Jones said, when he said the reason why they couldn't fuck with him is because they gave him, he had a 55% deal when he got his publishing and his royals. So all his money basically came back to him. He got the majority of the money. 55% of the money he made came back to him. Master P had a 90-10. So he got the majority of all his shit. You know what I'm saying? So now what they did, Esau did, they put Jake in the skybox. So they made Jake the head. Now over them is still Esau above him. Yeah. But now you only see Jake. So they did Jake like that. They made the deal with him. You gotta give these niggas a 90. No, you take the 90. You gotta give them the 10. Now they got a 10% to the niggas. Now they done flipped it. They gave a few the hellified deal. And that was go back to Baby. They go back to Cash Money Records. They go back to Lil Wayne and them. What's Jay-Z? All them dudes had got that big deal. They don't get them deals no more.
Yeah.
My man said these niggas now, they deal is 10% now. They can't come in with them big, they can't even get 55%. Right? And he said, so when they do, and he said he makes so funny, the people that do it, it's your own people. That's oppressing you now. Esau ain't gotta do it. Now he set Jacob so high that he can oppress his own. Now you do it to them niggas what I was doing to you. But I'm gonna teach you how to do it, and now you do it to them.
But Jay-Z
You know?
still gotta pay somebody.
He still,
Like,
that's
he's still-
the point.
Right
The
on.
niggas is over.
I got a witness
Yeah.
on there too.
That's it.
I got a witness on that. In the book of Matthew, chapter 4, starting at verse 8, he said again, the devil taking him up into an exceeding high mountain.
That's right.
And showed him all the kingdoms of the world
That's how they
and
do
the
it.
glory of them.
right.
And said unto him, all these things will I give thee,
That's
if
right.
thou wilt fall down and worship me.
That's right. And that's dead on point. Because that's exactly what these niggas done did. They took the deal, and now they oppressing their own fucking people. They using that, oppressing their own fucking people. They not trying to get their people a 90% deal. They want to get them a 10% deal so they can stay in power, so they can have the power, and their people still groveling on the fucking streets, man. That's some sick shit. Said these guys go around acting like they got all this money and this shit. So man, them guys ain't got shit.
They get really dope. Rent it out.
Yeah, they just some.
They
ain't
go
got
to the
shit.
big executives and they give it to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a rental thing.
There's
Yeah.
a new article that came out about Jay-Z and Will Smith, how they came together, and now they want to donate 160-something million, I think like 68 million to for first home buyers and something like that. But my thing is like, to me, I'm like, that goes back into Matthew chapter 4. Because they ain't gonna just give you something for no reason. Because the door they gonna open up within that, like, yo, you're going to take the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
Straight like that.
Oh yeah. Definitely. That's what the script say, man. If he's to do anything good, he'll do it unwillingly. You know what I mean? That devil, he's unwilling. He's not doing it. And at the end, there's a trick on the king. Man. He always got a trick. He always got something else for you to, another grab to clinch you up, man. You know?
It's always a butt, man, so.
Yeah, it's always a but, man. It's always an underline. It's always an extra. It's always something. It's the shit is never straight, flat out, bam. You know? You do this for this, this what you get. That's how the Lord works. You do this for this, this is your money. Bam, you get this, bam. With him, it's like we gonna get you up to this amount. You can make up to $100,000, but you're gonna start in at $10,000. Nigga, how I get up there, nigga? What I gotta do to get to that 100,000 mark, nigga? Oh, you gonna get a sign-on bonus, but you gotta work for me for 2 years. I'm gonna put you through all this hell. By the time you get hell, you ain't gonna make it through 6 months. I'm gonna fire your ass. So you ain't never gonna see that fucking bonus. You wait for that $10,000 bonus. You like, damn, let me get that bonus. No, you ain't gonna get that bonus because you can't work for 2 years. Now it's a stipulation. Now you gotta work a year and a half, 2 years just to get 36 months, or you gotta work, however many long just to get it. You're not gonna get it. Because why? They gonna put so much hell on you, and then you end up leaving the job, quitting, or get fired. Now they ain't gotta pay you the extra money, but they got that what?
Labor.
That labor from your ass.
Right.
Right?
Like we said last week about Jacob, man.
Yeah.
Getting it too wide.
Say too
You know
wide.
what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right. That's
He
right.
had to go through hell to get
He had to
it.
go through it,
And
but it was still, he got it righteous. He still, even though you right, which is on point, but he still dealing. See, that's the difference, right? You dealing with Esau, you deal with the heathen nation, right? They still paid out though. You get what I'm saying? But this nigga, he won't do it.
Yeah.
He gonna say, oh, you know what? You had did this, you did that, you had this amount of write-ups, you had that amount of write-ups, you had this amount of, and next thing you know, you look up, you done had 4 or 5 different write-ups that he just figured out to put on you. Now you got pushed back even 7, now you gotta do 7, 14, 15. It's like the prison system. Now you go to jail, you go to prison, you get wrote up for some shit, you get in there, I got 2 years. You're not really sure you're gonna get out because you already gotta go to the parole board. Parole board, blah, you got into a fight with this guy. Like that nigga try to rape me. I don't care, you fought him.
Right.
So I'm gonna lay down and let the nigga rape. You know what I mean? So now that's another ticket. You know what I'm saying? Now your 2 years turned to 10 years. Now you like, hold on, you had to kill that, you killed somebody. The nigga was trying to kill me. Like it don't matter. Boom, stab you again. Now you in that bitch 15, 20 years on some 2-year bid, bro.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? Like they all they did was stole a fucking car. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's Esau, bro.
Can I bring up this last one?
Go ahead, bro.
Just for the point to understand why does Esau do that, it's because he knows as long as we play into the system, we a slave to his system. But this is Matthew chapter 17 and 24. I'm gonna read down to 26. And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, does not your master pay tribute? He said, yes. And when he was come into the house, Yahushua preventing him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute?
That's right.
Of their own children or of strangers? Peter said unto him, of strangers. Yahushua said unto him, then are the children free. Meaning that as long as we paying tribute to Caesar, we not free, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Okay,
So Esau
there you go.
had to constantly keep us down to the point where we have to raise more and more money. You see? But now that final step goes into that, MTOB.
Yeah.
Because once that happens, it's it.
That's it.
We finish you a perpetual slave.
That's it. And this is why too, we talk about Jeremiah 36, Jacob's trouble. Because that's our freedom. And that's why we want this day to come so bad, because when the dollar collapses, the society collapses, we're not going to owe them anything.
That's right.
And that's the thing about it. That's why Michael should stand up for the children of our people.
That's right.
Because we will no longer be bound to Esau, his contracts,
That's right.
or social security numbers. All that shit will be done away with when Jacob's trouble comes. So we'll be no more giving him tribute. We'll no more be under his rule because his infrastructure is falling. And that's why Jacob's trouble must come for us to be free. Because we have to be free not only, we be free through the spirit, but also physically. But we're still bonding to his laws, to his statutes, to the way of his life. Once Americans do, we don't have to be attributed to that anymore. It'll be, all laws will be done away, be lawlessness. So everything he said in law, it'll be done with. And that's why the Muslims come to lose, because we're no longer under his rule. And then on top of that, we didn't take his signet. We didn't take his image. We didn't get branded.
That's a beautiful thing you just said, brother, because that right there, if you can hear that, you're going to understand what not to do.
That's right.
Hey, if a brother can rewind this back, what his brother was saying, once that dollar collapsed, you no longer under slavery.
That's right.
You know, I got a quick precept. This is
Right.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 8.
Bring it out.
For it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke
Yup.
from off thy neck.
Yeah, and that's the Most High breaking that yoke up off our neck.
Come on, man.
Is that time of trouble? Is those things being broken off? Because that's the only thing that's keeping us here in America.
Well,
That's right.
Is the job? Is the
Yeah.
fact you have to pay bills? Is the fact that you have to live here? That's the only bombing that's coming, because he knew it. Esau knew that he don't have to be this economic game. This
That's
business.
why brother said
Yeah.
that earlier. He brought out this, if it's by his economics, is what's got us down.
Exactly. And so Esau knows that. So only for me to keep you in exchange is for you to give tribute to me, and that's a beautiful point. Because it's the truth. Because that's why Jacob trouble must come. It's why certain prophets must play off, because that's our freemen from you. You know, and that's us coming to we free from y'all by seeing outside spiritually. We're free. We're not under no more his wickedness, no more under his witchcraft. But physically, we're still slaves, because through the social security game, through the money game, through the money system, we're still a slave. That's why Jacob trouble comes, like Common Collapse goes, there's no more of that. There's no more contract with us, so we don't have to pay no more mortgages, we don't have to pay no more bills. We have nothing else to rely on but the Most High. And then that puts us in a position of complete submission to the Lord, because we have to completely submit to Yahweh.
let me clean this up right here. That's beautiful, brother. That's really beautiful. And will burst thy bond, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him.
That's right.
And we're strangers shall no more serve us of him. We're not going to longer serve him anymore in no type of way. But we still serve Esau. We still have to work for him. We still have to do this, that, and that. We still have to do certain things for him to receive something. But that's why when this shit goes, we're gonna feel, it's gonna be hard, but we're gonna feel rejoicing. Because we know that, oh man, we're free. We're free. Like the Most High, we got free from his ass. Dude, no more bills, no more being, no more working, no more of that other bullshit. We're free.
We're just gonna be having to worry about
The other
shit.
bullshit.
But
that's making us submit to the Lord fully. Because now we have no cover. You know? Because we can go through something, but we can get hard. But you know, a nigga come at you, no lawlessness, we have to submit to the Lord fully. We have to fully, honestly bow down to Yahweh. That's full submission for us. You know? But for those that take the mess and the chick, they still are in these soft societies. And that's why the whole time. And that's the reason why the Russian is to separate the two thirds from the elect, the righteous from the wicked, because they have that mark of what? Of destruction. And we had to thaw off from subjection, because we didn't subject ourselves to him fully. You know, we only subject to him by papers. But niggas literally accept him and something within them. You know?
Let me read this precept. This brother got a precept. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 71, 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Here's the point. Verse 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire.
That's that trying period. Because the trying period is gonna happen when we can't go to the grocery stores. We don't have those type of needs no more. You know, we're not gonna have cars at that point because the gas gonna eventually run out. We're not gonna have money because we didn't take the mic.
There you go.
We're not gonna be able to get nowhere because everything is right. So then, why people are, and we might see a society that people will still be able to function, but we're not going to be able to anymore because we didn't take those things. We didn't take the market of beast. So we're not going to be able to function in society like others will. People will be able to go back and forth. We're going to be sued away from stores. You know, if you don't have it, though, get out of here. Get out of here.
Believe, therefore, have I spoken, we also believe and therefore speak.
And that's what we do nowadays. We believe in every image of himself, man. Go ahead.
And shall present us with you.
Yeah.
For all things are for your sake, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of the Most High, for which cause we faint not. But though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
Exactly. So therefore, we read that part against like.
For which cause we faint not.
So which cause we faint not? Because the flesh faints. Go ahead.
But though our outward man perish.
Yeah, though our outward man perish, because it's like I said, this body here can perish. Go ahead.
Yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
Our inward man is renewed day by day because why? We are representing the house, and that's our life. And that's why we tap into our life sources in scriptures, which is going to deliver us and give us that ultimate life, that ultimate power, that ultimate glory, that everything that we desire, we're going to have because we entered into that life, which renews us day by day, which is this word. This is why we're still kicking. This is why we're still rolling, because we're renewed daily. We're constantly daily being edified. There's always something daily in our lives that constantly like, oh shit, I remember that's what you meant. That's happening right now. That's renewals in the spirit. Because we hear things of the Lord possibly come. We see chariots. Oh man, yo, that's renewal. We read scriptures, us breaking bread, brothers, doing the highways and edges, renewal. Because when you go through the week, you feel a little fucked up. Or you come back from camp, you feel good. That's your newer man being renewed. We're constantly renewing ourselves, man. We're always learning. And that's one thing about wisdom is that you know what you are to know. There's still more to know.
Oh, yeah.
You never hit your peak.
No.
You're always constantly growing. You're always learning. And this is what life is. It's a big ass circle. It goes around in a circle. Same thing with the spirit. It goes around. It goes like just how Solomon was going. That brother had a precept. It goes in a circle and it rotates. I was quiet for like almost 30 minutes. But the spirit jumped back because it's a revolving circle. It comes and goes and it flows from one place to it. Exactly. Yeah, go ahead. No.
This is Ephesians 5:26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. That he might present it to himself a glorious church.
Yeah, he might present it to some glorious church by the washing of the word, because water is constantly flowing. It never stops. It's always going, you know? Go ahead.
Not having spots or wrinkles or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish.
That's it. It should be holy and without blemish. Because that's what we are on the side of the Most High. We're those pure virgins, right? They have no spot, no blemish, no wrinkle, right? And that's what we're clean. You know, that's why we're trying for perfection also, is to be clean. Because we know that we're dirty, but we're trying to be clean. So when the Lord brings us back, we're going to be 100% clean. We're going to be without blemish, you know?
Hey, that's why we go through the hell that we go through. All right, it's because the Lord, he's grabbing up his church is making us cold, okay? He's making us cold-hearted, okay? Because when we get in our spirit, when we get our spiritual body, we won't give a fuck about nobody here, okay? We will have no sympathy for Esau, 2/3, whoever's against the Lord, they're going to feel the Lord's wrath, all right?
That's right.
We're going to have no sympathy for him. That's why we're going through so much hell right now, all right? So the things that we would care about are a man that don't go through hell, man, gets broken up with his girl. He starts crying like a bitch. But a man that went through so much hell don't give a fuck, all right? He'd be like, oh, fuck you. Move on. Move on about it,
gay, he won't care. All right. So that's the saying. That's why Jacob's trouble is so much needed. Because that's going to put us in that position of want, of need. Because we're gonna really honestly need Yahweh Shai. Like we're gonna really need him, bro. Right now we know we need the Lord, but we can still move around. We can still do little things here and there. But in that time comes, we're gonna really need the Most High. We're gonna need our husband, bro, to deliver us. And that's going right back to 2 Timothy to take hold of one man. Why are women gonna come looking searching for men? Because why? They know that they have no power. Same, and that's why I go right back to 1 Corinthians 11. That says that Yahweh Shai is our head. Right. So we're gonna go through tribulation because we need our head to save us. Same thing with the woman. She's gonna be going around to and fro looking for men in the Lord to be saved by, because she knows I have no power without my man. See, that's what the Israelite man is to the Heavenly Father. We need him to deliver us from this trial, from this tribulation. The woman can't save herself. She can't go on a high horse and have power. She needs her husband. Well, we need our husband, which is Yahweh Shai.
In Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 22, it says, let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith.
That's it. So let us draw forth with the true mind, in fullness of faith. Go ahead.
Having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience.
Yeah, having our minds sprinkled from an evil conscience, which is wickedness, which is anything that's against the scriptures. That's an evil conscience, and that's the most of our people have. It's their mind that's corrupt. It's their mind that's stopping them from coming to the grace of the Lord. Go ahead.
And our bodies washed with pure water.
Yeah, our bodies washed with pure water, which is the healing of the word, which we receive. Which is through the sprinkling of the blood of Yahweh Shai, the Lamb, that forgave, that washed us clean, our slate clean. Because right now, without him, we will still be dirty. We will still have those same sins, blemishes, and things of that nature. But because Yahweh Shai came and cleansed himself, it's like it cleansed us, we're able to receive that salvation.
Verse 23, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering.
Yeah.
For he is faithful that promised.
That's it. He is faithful that promised, and without wavering. Because in those times, you're gonna feel wavering. They were, and that's what you brother. You had that Sirach. Was it 2? This was about talk about the we saw.
Celebrate
2:1 talk about we should go through tribulation. So and it said that with that men fear. You're gonna be in. We're gonna have emotions, bro. In that time, we're gonna feel fucking shaky. We're gonna be like, oh man, damn, bro, this shit really popping off. This happening, that's happening. This happened for long. Said, do I be distressed on every side, but still not forsaken? Because your mind will condemn you in your mind. Your mind, you be like, bro, the most I'm about to kill me. I'm not gonna make it. Yeah. But a certain part of you be like, no, we gotta keep going. That's the spirit. Right. That's your spirit side of you. That's your spiritual man bringing you on, which really honestly are those angels. Because the angels are gonna take place and the angels are gonna take place in our lives. This is why we're out here, because the angels of the Lord, the ministering spirits that minister to the saints. In those days too, we're gonna have guided by the angels. So our negative mind is gonna be hindered by the angels. Which gonna be, hey, no, bro, you gotta go, you gotta move, you gotta do this course, you gotta keep going. Those are the angels that have us. We're guarded by the Lord daily. We're never by ourselves. The Most High has an angel for every brother, and the Holy Spirit by the angels are guiding us through this whole walk. Why brothers end up leaking up here? Brothers go this state, that state, end up womb, because the angels, the Lord has everything in place, and everything isn't set. So that's why she shouldn't waver. That's why Paul said that, though I be distressed but not forsaken, because he knew, and the Lord has me by his holy angels, man. But
all right, just based on the deliverance of the Most High, meaning upon the Most High. This is Song of Solomon, chapter 7 and 5. Who is this that cometh from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? So when it talks about who is this, that's the same question that was asked in Isaiah? This is they're coming from Basra. Well, in those days, the elect, the lady elect is going to be leaning upon the Lord, like you were saying, right? But who is this that cometh from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? I raised thee up under the apple tree, there thy mother brought thee forth. there she brought thee forth that beareth thee. That was just the point of it. Yeah, we
No,
have to turn
it still flows because if you look at it overall, we're talking about what is getting ready to take place and how also a deliverance too. Like what we looking at right now. Like I had my finger on what's the scripture called again when he said about the people that's gonna be in the city, they're gonna be afraid during that time, and it's basically how their hearts are gonna be waxed cold. Let me bring that up real quick. And it's second, I believe it's second there. Let me see. 15? Yeah, 15. Here you go. This second Esdras chapter 15 to verse 17. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So it's showing you right there off of the back when all hell breaks loose, you know,